Jodie Peyton from artisticreborns.com, and I paint reborn dolls. I wanted to talk to you about a little bit of differences between reborn and silicone and scams. That's a big thing I've been still seeing a lot of. So I thought maybe if I could educate you on what the reborn artists are, how it begins, and maybe you could spot these scams a lot easier. Okay, first of all, we have reborn dolls. Now, reborn dolls come in kits. So right here, I have a kit. This is a Alyssa kit. And you'll have, this is vinyl head. You'll have 2 legs, 2 arms. Okay? And it's not painted at all. It's just blank. So you have a blank kit. Okay, these kits could cost anywhere from, let's just say, $70 on average to over $100. And that's without any paint or the kit being put together. Okay, now notice you don't have a body yet. You also have to buy, if you're a reborn artist and painting these, you also have to buy the body. So here's just a typical cloth body just to show you. Okay, so this body could be, it depends. It could be anywhere from $10 on sale to $20. So on average, when you buy the kit, okay, still needs to be painted, body still needs to be stuffed. You want to figure on, let's just say $100. So for this all together, an average of $100. Okay, that does not include painting it. So when you see a brand new, reborn, authentic reborn doll posted for less than $100, well, the person's giving it away and they did all that work. Okay, so it's probably a scam. Okay, after, you also have to keep in mind, so say we got about $100 here. Okay, then you have the paints, the paint brushes, you have, that you're paying for, there's special paints. You're going to put many, many layers. Reborn Artist puts many, many layers on the kits when they're painting. Between every layer, they put it in the oven and they bake it. And you can have like a dozen layers or more. It just depends. The more layers, usually the more realistic that the doll's going to look. Now, you're also going to have, this is going to be stuffed with a little bit of polyfill for softness. And it's going to be stuffed with some glass beads too, and that costs money too. So you have that also. Now, if you want the doll rooted, if you want it to have hair, then there's rooting the hair. The hair could cost an average, we'll say $20 to get mohair. Then there are needles, special needles that are bought to push each individual hair, that's ideally, into the scalp, and pretty much one by one, and that takes a very long time. So if you see a reborn doll that is less than $200, okay, more than likely that could be a scam, and I'm talking a new one that someone just made. Okay, unless they just want to do all that work and give it away. But usually they don't. I mean, it's a lot of work. Okay, then you have silicone. Now, some people don't understand silicone are not the same thing. Silicone is the squishy type. I do not have a silicone doll, and I'll tell you why. I do want to eventually paint the silicone dolls, but right now I'm just focusing on the vinyl reborn dolls. Because silicone, it's pretty much the same procedure where the artist, you have an artist, and they sculpt the baby's head, the body, the legs, the arms, and then they change that into a mold. They create that into a mold. Then you fill the mold with either the silicone or the vinyl, whichever one that you're making. And so all that is going on before you even get the kits. So for a silicone doll kit, you're going to average at least $1,000 to $1,500 depending on what kit it is. And that's an unpainted silicone doll. And I say kit because it's not been painted. Okay, so if you see a silicone baby, a new silicone doll for sale, under $1,000, well, that's pretty much going to be a scam because you can't I mean, you're just going to break even and do all that work. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time too. I do know that. So those are the things when you're looking for buying dolls. Also, when you're buying the dolls, not these two up here, they're just relaxing here. Go on the website. Go back and look and see. Look at the person's profile. Look at their pictures. When they sell a doll, look at the reviews that they get. They're getting good reviews. I know if you look at my website, you'll notice that every time I sell a doll, as long as the person's okays it, then I go ahead and I post the review, and pretty much they usually do. And the pictures, a lot of times they'll be taking pictures of the doll that they bought, and you can compare that doll, that same exact doll, with the picture that I posted that was for sale, because it's the same exact doll. Okay, so it's obviously not a scam. A lot of times they're even in the same outfits too. So just do your research, background research, things like that. So I hope that gives you a little bit more idea of what kinds of work goes into Reborn Doll. And when you see these prices, another thing real quick, someone mentioned getting Reborn Dolls from a factory. You can't get an authentic Reborn Doll from a factory because they are painted, hand painted by people. Okay, they're hand painted by people, so you're not going to get one in a factory. You can get a doll that says it's a Reborn from a factory, maybe $50 on Temu. I've seen those. It's not going to be hand painted, so it's not going to look as realistic like a real live infant compared to the hand painting. It's just not going to. Now, that doesn't mean it won't be cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. For $50, that's fine. But just to give you an idea, a real authentic Reborn Doll was sculpted from an artist. And then another artist, a Reborn artist, paints those kits. And that's what a Reborn Doll is. So please come and check out my website, artisticreborns.com. I'll be making more every week. I try to make at least one or two a week.